Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Iron City Rifle Works bolt carriers. I have two of their S1 drop-in bolt carrier groups. This one is the Ranger Gray Tungsten bolt carrier, that's in the Zeus, and in the Cerberus, this is their Evo NIB. So they both have a special treatment on them and a coating that is supposed to make them a more advanced bolt carrier group. These bolt carriers have just shy of 2,500 rounds to them combined. I want to make sure I had a higher round count for you guys after doing the reviews to make sure that I could tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt that I trust this product or I do not. So I didn't want to release this review too early and not be 100% on these. So I think now that I have this many rounds through them, you guys watch me on Instagram, you know that I have ran these quite a bit. This is on my primary pistol and primary rifle. I train the most with these guns, and this is the gun that I carry with me everywhere I go, and I trust it with my life. So it's very important that this is a product that I do trust 100%. So with that being said, let's go over the testing that was done with these. During the testing that we did, there's a couple things that we were looking for in particular for these bolt carriers. The biggest one was functionality, making sure that this does function the way it's supposed to and it's not malfunctioning up the pooper. When you have a new bolt carrier or you're upgrading your bolt carrier, the goal is to have something that's functioning basically flawless. So that was number one goal when testing this. And then second was making sure that the coating that's on these is worth the extra cost, because when you're running nicer bolt carriers like these, like a tungsten or an NIB, you're going to be spending quite a bit more money than your normal bolt carrier groups. So you want to make sure that extra cost is actually worth it. So that was something we were looking into as well. This tungsten one was the very first one that I received, and yes, I did receive these from Iron City Rifle Works for testing. And I put this in a different gun because the Zeus was out being Cerakoted by Southwest Precision, which they did an absolutely fantastic job on it. But we put it on a different gun to start with, and we were having some malfunction issues. It wasn't feeding the next round. We'd shoot a couple rounds, and then it would turn into a semi-automatic. You'd have to chamber the next round in yourself. So I contacted the company after troubleshooting this with two different guns having the same issue, and they said they would send me a new one because they've never had an issue like this, and they would like to receive this one back. After talking with them for a while, I convinced them that I would really like to keep this one and do further testing and see if I could troubleshoot it myself, and it was pretty nice of them to actually let me keep this one to continue testing. So I received the Zeus back, and I put this together and put the bolt carrier in, and since putting it in the Zeus, this has run flawlessly. It's been 100%, has not had a single malfunction. I did end up putting this back into the guns that had the issue, and it ran flawlessly as well. So I could not recreate the issue that we originally had. So the only thing that I can think of is maybe it had a slight break-in period, maybe it needed more lube. I honestly can't tell you what was the issue. It was 50 rounds of malfunctions throughout, having to chamber that next round in, and then after putting it in this gun, it's run flawlessly since. Starting with this one, since I received this, this has always been, and this gun has not left this gun. It has run 100% flawless as well. Like I said, you guys have seen a lot of videos of me running these. Never once have I had a malfunction, and that is awesome. It was just that first 50 rounds, so again, not sure what was the issue with that or why that started, but since then, we have run 100% flawless. So let's go over some pros and cons of these bolt carriers. So first off, the pro is going to be the finish that's on these. It cleans up so well. If you guys are familiar with these type of finishes, you know that with a rag you can wipe it off and clean everything off, compared to your normal bolt carriers where you really can't do that quite as much. You have to do a little bit more solvent and a lot more scrubbing to get them clean. These clean so easily. They feel great in your hand. They function really nicely. It might be hard to hear that on the mic, but it's so smooth compared to a lot of that gritty, grindy bolt carriers that you can run into sometimes. They require a lot less lubrication, and they have ran really well since that first 50 rounds. So that is definitely a benefit, the coating itself. Next is going to be your look. I mean, that's huge for anybody, aesthetically pleasing. This whole rifle to me is aesthetically pleasing, so that's a benefit. Yes, you want reliability, but in the back of your mind, it's always, does it look nice? And that's really important, and these look fantastic. The coating on these look really good. They look good on rifles, so aesthetically pleasing for sure. So now for the only con that I have with this is it's going to be the price. The price is pretty high up there. You're looking at $300 for this one and then $240 for that one. And for a lot of people, that's going to be a pretty high price. Now, you just need to weigh your options. Is this something that's worth that extra price? Because when you're looking at special coated bolt carriers, you're going to be going about $150 and up for those quality bolt carriers. So I do own some of the cheaper nickel borons compared to these, and the comparison is definitely different. There's noticeable difference. The coating on these are much, much better. They run better in my mind. The other ones I don't have issues with, but these ones do run better. So it's just something that you need to decide if it's important enough for you to spend the extra money on. So that one's on you, but to me, that is a little bit of a downfall for how expensive they are. So let's go through a quick detailed look at this bolt carrier and see how everything looks. First, we're going to go through the stakes here for your gas system. Those look good. They are into the bolts themselves, so those aren't riding out at all. As you can tell, nothing's riding out. So those are nicely staked in there. Really solid, doesn't move at all. So that's a good thing. And then you want to take a look at some of the internal. So let's pull this off. That needs wiped down big time. So you get a lot of stuff caked on here, right on the front, as you can tell there. So we'll wipe some of that off. And again, that just wipes right off. Don't need anything to scrub. Don't have to scrub any of it or scrape anything off. So the firing pin looks good. There's no marring or anything, no smashed parts on it. So we'll chuck that off to the side. And then we'll take our bolt out here, which actually can wipe it down while it's out, might as well. And there's our bolt. So we'll take a look. Your rings look good. And then we'll check out the extractor and the head here. Looking for any breaks, cracks, anything like that. And everything looks good. I don't see anything wrong with it. And these have seen a significant amount of rounds. And they're all about 90% of what goes through these is steel cased. So it's not the nicest type of rounds. I could run a lot better ammo. But steel case runs fine with these. So would I trust this product with my life, and do I recommend this? Yes, I do trust this product with my life. Like I said before, this isn't my primary pistol. I carry this everywhere I go, and I do trust this with my life. I did have that first 50 rounds of malfunctions throughout. Still not sure exactly what the issue was, but it's run flawlessly since, so is that one. So I do trust these. Would I recommend them? Absolutely. They make a really good bolt carrier. They do have a lot of other products there as well, but these are the only ones that I've tested, and I am definitely a big fan of them. So this one will continue to stay in this gun for now, and it will be continuing to be tested. So I'll be sharing those test results on my Instagram throughout testing period. I'm going to continue to get the high round count and get it even higher. Hopefully I can get up to 10,000 rounds and give you guys another review on it and see if we can get any malfunctions out of these. Hopefully we don't, because I would love to see 100% reliable on this one, and then 100% reliable after those issues in the beginning would be fantastic. For now, it is going to stay on this gun, and I really like these bolt carriers. If this is something that you guys are interested in, make sure you guys check out Iron Steady Rifle Works. Like I said, they do have a lot of other bolt carriers. They have uppers, lowers, handguards, so they make other parts as well. So there's a lot of other parts on the AR that they're making. I've seen them at SHOT Show this year. Really cool guys. Got to talk with them and do a quick review with them there. So check them out. And if you guys want to help us out, there's a link down in the description that goes to my website. There's links to other pages. If you use those links and order anything off those pages, like Brownells, Palmetto State, Aero Precision, Cabela's, really helps me out, and it helps my page. So if you guys want to support me, that's a really big way to do it. Also, like, comment, subscribe, share. Check us out on Instagram, and I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.